and welcome to the training course for Surface Hub. My name is Joe and I'll be your host for this session, which focuses on connecting devices to Surface Hub both wirelessly and with wires to bring in content from line of business apps that are not Universal Windows Platform apps and personal devices. The wireless technology built into Surface Hub and Windows 10 personal devices for screen sharing is called Miracast. Traditionally, conference rooms and meeting spaces that required a way to share content from a laptop rely on a projector system to project content from a connected laptop onto a screen at the front of the room. While this is functional, it can be cumbersome to utilize in real-life meetings. Keep in mind that while you can project to Surface Hub, you don't always have to. With the fully integrated Windows 10 PC, you can open many apps and content natively on the device. Windows 10 natively supports Miracast, which provides the same functionality in a meeting space with a Surface Hub, only without the wires and extra hardware to manage. On your Windows 10 laptop, the keyboard shortcut to open the Connect panel is to press the Windows key and K together. If there's a Surface Hub nearby, you should see it in the list of devices identified by the friendly name, which you'll be able to match up to the name in the bottom left corner of the Surface Hub. Please see the notes section for the complete training scenario. Here we have a Surface Hub displayed in the list, and we can be sure it's the right device because the friendly name matches the name in our list. To connect, select the device from the list on your laptop. The connection process takes a few seconds. On Surface Hub, the Connect app opens automatically when someone connects and shows their screen as soon as the connection is established.
Cool.
Keep in mind, your system administrator may have enabled the PIN setting for Miracast connections on your Surface Hub, which means that the first time you connect to that Surface Hub, a PIN number will be displayed on the screen. The purpose of the PIN setting is to prevent someone who doesn't have visibility or access to the Surface Hub from connecting.
Okay, Joe, so question. What happens when I'm connected to the Surface Hub and someone else connects while I'm already connected? Can two people connect to the Surface Hub at the same time?
Miracast allows one device to be connected at a time. So in your example, when someone else connects, it's going to disconnect you and connect their device.
Now, is there a way to prevent someone else from connecting to the Surface Hub altogether so that we can just avoid that problem?
Sure. Yeah, sometimes accidents happen. Someone might connect to the Surface Hub while you're in the middle of a meeting or presentation. To prevent connections while you're in the middle of your meeting, we can use the Do Not Disturb feature in the Options menu located in the bottom right corner. To open the Options menu, select the caret or arrow icon and select Do Not Disturb. One of the Do Not Disturb options is Allow New Wireless Projections. Turn that setting off to prevent someone from connecting to the device in the middle of your meeting or presentation.
Okay, Joe, so another question for you. If I forget to turn this off at the end of my meeting, is that going to stop other people in the office from connecting?
One of the nice things about Surface Hub is that everything resets back to the default setting when you press End Session. So that setting will turn back on at the end of your session and the next group will be able to connect without issue.
Okay, Joe, can I still connect to the Surface Hub if my laptop is running Windows 7 or 8.1?
Windows 7 does not support Miracast, so Windows 7 devices will need to connect using wires.
Okay.
We'll talk about connecting with wires later on in this session. Windows 8.1 devices may support Miracast depending on the hardware device. However, the process to connect is slightly different. On supported Windows 8.1 devices, use the keyboard shortcut Windows key plus P to bring up the Project panel. There you can access the settings to add a wireless display. Follow the instructions on the screen to add the Surface Hub as a wireless display. Keep in mind, you may have to restart the device to connect the first time.
Now, when I had connected, it showed my screen on the Surface Hub. Is there a way to use the Surface Hub as a second screen?
Yes. Although the default is to duplicate your screen when you connect, you can change projection modes by pressing the Windows key plus P and selecting Extend. Now that we have a connected device, we can look at how Miracast brings new functionality to meetings and presentations. When you connect with Miracast and Windows 10 wirelessly to Surface Hub, the Connect panel on your laptop has an option to allow mouse, keyboard, pen, and touch input from this device. What that means is that you can allow the touchscreen on the Surface Hub to be an input device for your connected laptop. Additionally, if the desktop application that you're using on your laptop supports pen and ink, then using the Surface Hub pen to draw on the screen will add ink to the document or file on your laptop. Please see the notes section for the complete training scenario. On your laptop, open one of the applications you use every day, like Microsoft Excel.
So Joe, here's a spreadsheet that I'm getting ready to show to my team.
This is a great example. Here we have some charts that we can use to demonstrate touchback and inkback. Use touch to select an object on the worksheet, and you can move it around as if you were sitting right at your laptop.
Oh, cool.
On the laptop screen, we can see the object moving. Touch control is acting as an input for the connected device.
Oh.
Now, try the pen and draw to point out some of the key information in this dashboard. The ink is added to the spreadsheet as if we were drawing right on the laptop screen.
Oh, thanks, Joe. You know, that seems like a really great tool to use. Okay, another question for you. What about clients and vendors? Can they connect to the Surface Hub as well?
That's actually a really great point. Miracast is just a wireless signal that's broadcast from the Surface Hub. So when a vendor or a client come in for a meeting, they can connect directly to Surface Hub and present wirelessly. They don't need access to your network. In fact, they don't have to be connected to any wireless network. As long as they're running Windows 10 on a laptop that supports Miracast, they can connect and present and even use touchback and inkback from the Surface Hub touchscreen. Now that we've seen how to connect wirelessly, there are still instances when we may need to connect with wires attached to the inputs on Surface Hub, such as connecting from a Windows 7 laptop or other type of device. Surface Hub has several video and USB inputs located underneath the display. To connect video from a laptop, connect either the HDMI cable or the USB-C with DisplayPort into your video output on your laptop. When you connect a video source, the Connect app will open on Surface Hub. If someone is currently connected via Miracast, connecting a wired video source will disconnect the wireless device. You can also use the Surface Hub touch and pen input with wired devices by connecting a USB cable from the Surface Hub to your laptop. This allows you to drive the meeting content from the Surface Hub touchscreen, even if your device doesn't have a touchscreen display. Your support person may choose to leave the cables attached to the Surface Hub for users to come in and connect, or they may be made available upon request. Check with your support person if you're unsure what cables to use to connect to Surface Hub. Almost every business runs some specialized business software applications on their PCs. It would be impossible to discuss all of the possibilities here, but we can look at several key scenarios that we see used across industries and user roles. Certainly, the Office apps are very common, but if you need to utilize some of the more advanced features, for example, analyzing pivot tables in Excel, then I'd recommend connecting a personal device that's running the full desktop application. Similarly, while there are Microsoft Store apps for a variety of tasks, many businesses rely on the full 32-bit applications to get their work done. Architects and engineers might be heavy AutoCAD users on their workstations. Using Surface Hub to connect a device makes presenting and working with CAD drawings easy and natural. If your organization uses remote terminals as workstations for your applications, you can still use Surface Hub as a wireless display for that content. Connecting devices is also a very important feature for any organization that isn't quite ready to utilize OneDrive for file storage or may be preventing the use of USB drives for file transfer. If your files are saved to a network shared drive that you can only access from your laptop, then the easiest way to work with those files is to connect your laptop to Surface Hub either wirelessly or with wires. Some of the best use cases for connecting devices are when you want to share part of the desktop experience, such as discussing IT troubleshooting and settings management. Remember that any content that we can display on screen using the Surface Hub, we can capture as part of our whiteboard notes. This means that content we have access to on our personal device can become an image on the whiteboard. Even if the desktop application doesn't support ink, we can use the Connect feature to bring the application to Surface Hub, capture the screen and ink using the whiteboard. There are so many ways that we can use Connect that it's important to revisit your own workflows and explore new ways to share content and use features like touch and pen input to make meetings more fluid and engaging for everyone. Most of the time, everything will work as described in this session. If you run into issues, there are some simple steps you can take. First, if Miracast has worked in the past but has stopped working for some reason, the most common troubleshooting step is to restart both the Surface Hub and your laptop or device. This will reset the connection properties and should fix most intermittent connection issues. Also, make sure that Wi-Fi is enabled on your device. If restarting both devices does not solve the problem, then it's a good idea to contact your support person because there are several settings on the Surface Hub and on the network that can affect Miracast connectivity and performance. Thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video and we'll see you in Chapter 8, Skype for Business Meetings.